Hi there, friends. Welcome and come on into Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny, and I'm so glad that you decided to join us today for our holiday home tour. I've never done a home tour on this channel, and so I hope that you enjoy what you see. We live in a Colonial Revival home that was built in the west side of Baltimore around 1925, 1924, around that time frame. And we've been here now for 6 years, I think, and we're finally getting to where we feel like it's our home as compared to those we bought it from, who had definitely put their own decorating stamp on it. Welcome to our home, and let's take a look around. When you enter the front door, you're in the foyer area with a staircase that goes up to the second and then onto the third floor. This chandelier is one we just installed last year. The stairway is natural wood, and I think it used to be carpeted, but it's not anymore. On this bookshelf here in the foyer, we have our nativity scene that we, let's see, I bought that in Germany, I believe, and I think the figures are Italian. When you turn to the right from the foyer, this is our living room. It has a big brick fireplace that no longer operates as a wood fireplace, but we have a gas insert in it. We have natural hardwood floors, and they're pretty worn and need to be refinished, so we do have rugs. We recently painted and upgraded some furniture in this room in the last year or so it's finally looking like us rather than the people who lived here before. I love the French doors that go into the music room and into the sunroom. I love this fireplace. I think it's so pretty, decorated for Christmas. And of course, the triple windows in the front is where we have to put our Christmas tree. On the side tables flanking the French doors to the music room, I've got these wooden deer, and on the other side, a different vignette. This is my skylight frame that shows pictures of our grandkids all day. I've got pops of red mercury glass throughout this room. I love decorating mostly with neutrals, but then adding red and green at the holidays. And that's what I've done on the fireplace mantle as well. I've got some red books up there, just a couple of pops of red berries. On that table beside the brown leather chair, there's a red sphere, a bowl that holds greens. These are some special keepsakes that we have in our family. There's, you know, a story behind all of these things, and it's too long to go into here, but just, you know, I encourage everybody to display the things in your home at Christmas time that have special meaning. I do love this room, especially now that we've decorated it to our liking. The Christmas tree I've shown you before, the lights are blinking. I don't know why, but they are not blinking in real life. This Christmas tree has its own video, so if you're interested, you can go back and look at that. But this is all of our heirloom ornaments from over the years. There's a little bit of everything on this tree, and I love it. From the living room, we go into the reason we bought this house, basically, which is this 2-story sunroom. Of course, you can only access 1 story of it at a time, but this is our first floor sunroom. I've got a winter wonderland theme going on the tree in here, and this is where I put my star branch that we did in a video. This room is about 10 by 20. It's really large. This is my winter Christmas tree. It's all snowflakes and icicles. Some of the snowflakes are handmade by me or by my mother. Some of them are store-bought. I also have mercury glass balls and prism-shaped ornaments on here. Lots and lots of things. White crystally birds. And I thought it was cute to put these lanterns on here this year. A little bit of sparkly white joy signs. But what I really love about this tree, it's a flocked tree and it's pre-lit, but I did add a couple of strings of just white mini lights to it. But what I love about this tree is that it just feels, even though it's wintry and icy looking, it just feels warm and cozy to me, if that's some sort of strange thing. That's a pot and the little glass greenhouse terrarium. My husband bought those for me at the gift shop at Longwood Gardens last week when we were visiting, and those are an early Christmas present. Anyway, I love this tree. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I just stuck a bunch of acrylic or white plastic or glass or beaded or crocheted snowflakes all over it. and supported it with lots of glass icicles and some other wintry looking things, and I'm just really happy with it. The lanterns are not glowing right now, but a little bit later in this video I'll show you a view of it when the lanterns are turned on. Turning now to the rest of the room. On the other end of the room we have a brown velvet covered sofa. This is a Pottery Barn basic sofa, down-filled cushions. This is where I put my wintry branch with stars on it that we made in a video together. And then on the other side of the room I have a white iron glass top table that's really a garden set. There's the bench that our dogs sit on all the time to look out the window and bark at squirrels. And then this is a new Christmas cactus that, truth be told, I bought this at the garden center just last week and it was already budded up. I didn't make that happen. Here are all of my plants that I can't find homes for otherwise. These are my paper white bulbs that are getting ready to bloom. In fact, there you'll see in here in just a second, there is one that had opened. There it is. And so it's starting to scent the room up with the beautiful paper white smell. And all of my paper whites that I planted in a video recently, they're all at various stages. None of them are going to bloom at the same time. It's really odd how that happened, but it is what it is. And there's my aloe vera that I recently repotted. There's some more of my paper whites. And then these are just there's an asparagus fern that is really struggling along, but and look at these paper whites. 2 of them are still not yet growing, and then the other 2 in there are at different stages. And then the 5 that are in this thing are tall, and one of them's blooming, and it's just crazy. There's a cactus succulent planter that is just filled with random bits. Okay, let's move on to my woodland Santa. I love this little guy. He's got the sweetest face. Sometimes Santa figurines can be scary faced, but this one I love. Got a wise old countenance about him. I pair him with this wicker basket, and then this cute little reindeer guy. And I've been displaying this Santa with these alpine trees as a trio for years and years and years. We bought this in 2 houses ago, and I just love him. I set him up all the time in a little vignette there. Okay, on the garden table set, I've just added simple green velvet ribbons with pine cones and some faux holly sprigs glued onto the ends. And it's just a simple way to decorate. And if all my houseplants weren't there, it would look just a smidge nicer, I think. Anyway, so this is the sunroom. We sit here with our coffee every morning for a long time. And here's the view from just this morning when the sun was coming up. It was still mostly dark outside. I've got the lights all on a timer so they come on at 7 in the morning. And this is what it looks like when I'm just sitting in the morning and enjoying my coffee. The dogs are having their breakfast. We always let them have their breakfast in here with us. And the sun is starting to rise. And we sit in here every morning and we watch the sunrise and just enjoy our day, read the news, catch up on YouTube. Okay, back to the foyer. Let's go to the left now and go into the dining room. But first, here's a little peek at our entrance table. That's my amaryllis that I planted a couple weeks ago. It's blooming now. Okay, in the dining room, we have beautiful French doors that go out onto the north side porch. They're no longer operable. And then this chandelier is glass and crystal and gorgeous and original to the house. So it's coming on 100 years old. I'm told that the people who built this house in 1925 ordered that from Austria. And then I do have a Christmas tree in here, and there's the joy sign that I made recently. This Christmas tree is really special. It is a family tree, and it's in particular, it's covered with angel figurines of all different shapes and sizes. They really don't match, but that's okay. I've got red just as a decoration color on here, but then I have photos of my family, my ancestors, my parents, my husband's parents, and back in the lines before them. And then, of course, our children and our grandchildren and my sisters and my husband's brothers and their families. And this is just really a representation of basically my husband, me, and the couple of generations prior to us and all of the generations that follow. And I love this tree. I just decoupaged, printed out pictures, decoupaged them onto wood ornaments, and hung them on the tree. And then I've got different sorts of angel figurines on here. And for those family members who have passed on, their ornaments have little charms of angels on them, but I don't think right now we're seeing any of those. There's my grandkids. Of course, the older folks are at the top of the tree and the younger folks are at the bottom of the tree. And I just love this tree. I love the way it turned out. It is not a designer tree by any means, but it is so special. And that's the crocheted angel that my mother-in-law made for us. Okay, here's our joy sign and the cute little birds. I've had these birds for a few years. And again, bird is my maiden name, and so I tend to decorate with birds a lot. Over here is not decorative at all, but these are tins filled with candy. We made a bunch of homemade candies, me and my girlfriends, earlier this season. Of course, there's the greenery that you saw me put up above the doors. And the dining room table is being used as a gift wrap station, so there's all our gift wrap supplies over there. These are some of the candies that are being stored in those tins. We've got all sorts of chocolate candies. I do candies instead of cookies. I'm not much of a baker, but I can make pretty good chocolate candies, and so I think we made 22 or 23 recipes this year. It was a lot. It was crazy, but it was fun. And I wanted to mention, in case someone noticed, the walls in this room are painted, I think, agreeable gray or accessible beige, one of those kinds of trendy colors. But then on top of that, I stenciled a floral pattern using just clear satin polyurethane. And so it gives this wallpapery look. Most people, when they come to our home, they think the dining room has been wallpapered, but it's not. It's just flat paint with a stencil of clear polyurethane on top of it. And I don't know if you can see over above the mirror over there, you start to see a little bit of the pattern. As you walk through the room and the light shifts and changes, it looks different. And so I just have used that technique a lot. Okay, let's go in the kitchen. This kitchen was remodeled about 15 years ago by the previous owners of the home, and we put in this island just last year. I don't always keep out place settings on the island, but I just wanted to show you that this is where we eat some of our meals. Okay, above the kitchen window, I have this garland that's got apples and twigs and berries and holly. It's faux, of course. And I've used this in our kitchen decorating for coming on, I want to say, 15 or 20 years now in every kitchen we've ever lived in since then. And I like it. I never get tired of the apples and berries theme. Here's a sweet little bird and the angel, crystal angel wings that hang in the window. They catch the light and remind us of loved ones. Coffee station is really simple. And then I have these swags and wreaths, again, with the apple theme. These cabinets, these brown cabinets, are the original kitchen cabinets from the home. They were found in the basement about 15 years ago and reused in the kitchen. So it's nice to have that history. Of course, we have radiator heat. So on the radiator cover, I've set up a little vignette here of faux candies and faux cookies that are actually ornaments, and some pretty cookie cutters. Just a sweet little display there with my Christmas cookbooks. Again, a place setting on the island. We eat a lot of our meals here, my husband and I. And then over on the other counter, we've got little Chef Santa, baking Santa. I got him as a gift. Oh, a long time ago. I don't know. It seems like everything I have I got a long time ago. And this little faux chocolate mold Santa, he came home with us from a trip to Hershey Park one year. And there's the second of those original cabinets. And then on this shelf over here where the dog coats and harnesses hang, we've got sweet little snowmans that my mother-in-law made for us. And, you know, it's still a working kitchen, so it's a little bit messy. I'm trying to keep the mess out of the video, but on this bookshelf, we have some displays. Okay, let's go upstairs and look at one bedroom. This is a bedroom that we've turned into the TV room. What I'm not showing you is that my husband's laying on the couch under an Afghan behind the camera. But I wanted to share this one Christmas tree here. This is, I decided this year to do a Disney theme. We've been to Disney World with our kids a lot over the years, and we've collected quite a few Disney themed ornaments. So this little pencil tree is just the right size to display all of our Disney. I've put 2 different kinds of ribbons on here, some berry picks, and then all of our Disney ornaments. It's just sweet and, you know, just something to remind us of all the fun times that we've had on our vacations. This room, again, is a bedroom on the second floor, so that door there with the mirror on it is actually a closet. And we've put a sofa and a couple of chairs and our TV in here. The TV console actually has a faux fireplace in it that's a space heater, which is nice. And over here on this radio table, I've just put, these are the simple ceramic houses that I've picked up at Target over the last 3 years, and some bottle brush trees. Just super simple. There's a lantern with candle in it. It's out of batteries. All of these things are out of batteries right now, otherwise they would be lit up and glowing. It's real life around here, folks. So that's just the simplest little Christmas in there. Okay, now we're in the second floor sunroom now. You saw me put together this nature-inspired wreath and this nature-inspired Christmas tree. We have a big fat easy chair that the dogs have commandeered as their own. And this Christmas tree and wreath were made out of some natural elements that we picked up on a trip up to Cape Cod recently. There are videos for both of those. I'll link those videos down below in case you want to see that. But I think if I take the berries out of this wreath, I'll be able to use this wreath all winter long into the spring. This is the only real tree we have in the house this year, and I've covered it with some moss and lichen and dried flowers from our garden, and then natural types of ornaments that we've made over the years. Lots of bird ornaments on here again. Again, bird is my maiden name, so I like to use birds. Pine cones, lots of things that are natural here. Those are the lamb's ear ornaments that I made, and just dried flowers and different things. This tree is starting to show that it's been in the house for 3 or 4 weeks, and so it's starting to dry out. And so some of the ornaments are falling over, so I have to fix them. I knew that would happen. It's just part of Christmas. If you want to decorate early, that's what happens. Okay, and here's my houseplant tiered stand that normally is down in the first floor sunroom. And some of my houseplants are not doing so well. I've got some African violets that are struggling along, but here is one of my amaryllis that is blooming. It's got 2 open and 2 budded up, just 1 flower stalk on it, and it only got to be about 1 foot tall, so I've since moved that down to the living room. I have a couple of plants here that aren't worth showing. Oh, and here's a quick look, don't blink. That's the other side of my sunroom. Okay, so now the rest of the video I filmed in the afternoon. It was like 3 in the afternoon, and so now I thought it would be nice to give you a view of things at night when the windows are dark and the candles are glowing. And you know, this is my favorite time of year and my favorite time of day during this favorite time of year. I love to light the candles, light the fire, just have lots of glow going on. In the living room, actually, I often turn off most of the lights and just leave the candles and the fireplace and the Christmas tree. And the sunroom is magical at night as well, with the icicle lights hanging down, and Santa has a spotlight on him, so he shows up really nicely. And then, you know, from the front of the house, you can see this tree. It's just so pretty. And then when I sit in the white chair by this tree, I designed this decorations this year so that all of the greenery with lights on it that are above all of the doorways, you can see them all in one big look across the house. And so I'm glad to say that that worked. All right, and so here's the house outside at night. Some of you have asked for a view of these fairy lights on my urns. It's a really simple outdoor decorations this year. I just did those little fairy lights and then candles in the windows, and that's it. As far as lights go outside. So very simple, very casual, warm glow. That's what I'm going for. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour. I hope you and yours enjoy a beautiful Christmas and a happy new year, and we'll see you again soon. Take care, friends. Merry Christmas.